Hi everyone, I am Lori. Welcome to my channel, Campfire Tarot. If you're new, please like, share, subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of the family. Don't forget to hit the bell at the top so you're alerted when new content is uploaded to the channel. And if you're returning, thank you so much, Tribe, for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. This is going to be a collective reading. It's a Divine Feminine reading. We all have Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and Source energy in each and every one of us. So you can be a male watching this video. This is a timeless reading. You see it when you're meant to. And this readings, for now, I'm going to do these reading to reading. I did one of these earlier today, but there was a malfunction and it did not record audio. So I'm going to redo it for you guys. So let's get started. Angels, what's the energy around the Divine Feminines at this time, please? Energy around. Whoa. Energy around the Divine Feminines, please. Can I get a card or two? Energy around the Divine Feminines at this time. Thank you. We have a deep breath. So it's time to take a step back, to take a deep breath, to reboot, recenter, reground, rebalance yourself. 7 is angelic realms. Ascended masters are around you, helping you at this time. We've got the white lotus, the purple lotus flower here. A little Zen action. The white lotus are a symbol of purity. I'm going to Google what the purple lotus is. The purple lotus flower symbolizes spiritual enlightenment as well as faithfulness and innocence. The Buddha is often depicted sitting serenely on a pink or purple lotus flower. So it is a time for spiritual awakening. We do have the new moon in Sagittarius on the 23rd, which is about being optimistic, doing that inner spiritual work, shadow work. The white lotus is known to symbolize Bodhi, being awakened, and represents a state of mental purity and that of spiritual protection. You are protected. It is also associated with the pacification of one's nature. This lotus is considered to be the womb of the world. It's very beautiful. So it's about realigning yourself, taking that deep breath, taking that step back, and just being in touch with your 5D self, your higher level self. And this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. What messages do we have for the Divine Feminines at this time? We have thriving. You could be seeing giraffes at this time as well. And it's just going to be a time of thriving, abundance of the good stuff coming in for you at this time. So embrace it. A lot of white light. So keep your light shining. Keep your light shining. You could be seeing giraffes. Giraffes. They're tall, they've got these tall necks, so they can see for distances, right? It's the tallest mammal in the animal kingdom. They're symbols of aspiration. The giraffe spirit animal inspires you to reach for the highest branch, to go for it, to reach for the top, to reach for your goals. You have the capacity to go further and higher than you ever thought possible. You can see it, you can achieve it. You got this. This is the Divine Feminine Oracle. What message do you have for the Divine Feminines from this deck, please, angels? So we have Sarada Devi, the Divine Mother. Unconditional love exists within me. The presence of love is the absence of judgment. And that's what unconditional love is. You love no matter what. Love energy is source energy, it's universe energy, it's God energy. And we all have our connection. We're all connected to each other through source energy, through love energy. At the end of the day, love is all that's real. We also have Rabia, the Queen of Saintly Women. I am in service of divine love. I move the way love asks me to move. I'm not very familiar with her, so I'm going to read what the book has to say for her. And that's like looking at things through the eyes of love, reacting, responding through the eyes of love. Doing everything you do is with love, through love. Rabia's represents a rare, pure love that doesn't seek anything other than simply to love. Rabia al-Adawiyya was one of the most influential Sufi women in Islamic history. She is a Muslim saint and a Sufi mystic who lived in the 8th century in Basra, present-day Iraq. On the night she was born, her father had a vision of Muhammad. He told him, "Your newly born daughter is a favorite of the Lord and shall lead many Muslims to the right path." When Rabia was still just a little girl, her father died and she was then sold into slavery. She would pray every night to be released so that she could spend the hours of her day in service of Allah, the Arabic word for God. When her master overheard her prayers and saw that she was illuminated with light as she prayed, he realized she was a saint. He released her immediately. She went into the desert and worshipped in solitude. Rabia became known as the Queen of Saintly Women because of the purity of love and devotion to Allah. Because of her purity of her love and devotion to Allah. She set forth the doctrine of divine love known as Ishq Hakiki. I'm sure I'm butchering that, so apologies. Her poetry emphasizes her desire to worship for the sake of love, loving Allah and not for personal gain. In one of her poems, she says, "I carry a torch in one hand and a bucket of water in the other." She wants to set fire to heaven, put out the fires of hell, so that love seeks no gain except to be in service of love itself. She explains, "I do not want to worship from fear of punishment or for the promise of reward, but simply for the love of Allah." As it should be, right? We have Sappho, the poetess. "I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely." And I love that she's got a harp here that she's playing. I feel like she's probably Greek. And this is also about, self-love, loving yourself just as you are. We're made in God's image. Everything happens for a reason. And you've got to love yourself. You got to truly love yourself, every bit of yourself, in order to love others. I mean, we all have things that we don't like about ourselves, but it's time to turn that energy around into love. Sappho embodies the deep love, admiration, and sensuality that exists between women. It is believed Sappho was born around 630 BCE on the Greek isle of Lesbos. She was referred to in antiquity as the 10th muse and the poetess, just as Homer was referred to as the poet. She is one of the great Greek lyrists and one of the few known female poets of the ancient world. She read her poems rhythmically while accompanied by a lyre in a form that is now known as Sapphic meter. Sappho is celebrated for the sexuality and sensuality in her poetry, especially her love for women in the female body. Fill the goblet up, these laughing lips shall kiss the brim, come Venus, come. This is one of the fragments that remain of her voluminous collections of poetry. Elastical authorities in Constantinople and Rome obliterated her work in the 11th century. Her poetry was publicly burned because church leaders were scandalized by its erotic nature and that the author was a woman. Yep, they tried to discriminate against us from a long time back, us women. In ancient Greece, a woman's love for another woman was considered natural, and Sappho's love for the female form became legendary. It is believed that she read her writing before groups of women, educating and elevating them as she performed her poetry about the goddess-like nature they all possessed. And we were all goddesses. And this is beautiful. It's all about that love for ourselves, the love for service for the Lord, for whatever you believe in, source, universe, God, unconditional love without judgments. And this is Oracle of the Fairies. What messages from the fairies do you have for the Divine Feminines, please, angels? It's too many. Can I get a card or two for the messages for the Divine Feminines, please? They're meant to come out. They'll come out again. Anything else? It's kind of funny that we have got the Queen of Saintly Woman and then the poets, who was condemned for her love of women, right? Their love of the woman's body, the appreciation for being a woman and writing and doing her works of art. It's a shame that they've destroyed almost all of her works. Transformation. So this change is coming in. The fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. And that could be an affirmation. I am transforming. The best is yet to come, that you can speak over your life. It's beautiful. I feel like Archangel, a lot of metamorphosis change with the butterflies. You could be seeing butterflies. You could be seeing a lyre. The white or purple lotus, giraffes. And change is good, right? We're always trying to grow to become better versions of ourselves. It's part of this journey. I feel like Archangel Uriel is around. Let's see. Archangel Uriel, you've seen a lot of pink. That's Archangel Uriel. Let's see. He's considered the fourth archangels. It means line of God. Uriel has also been called the angel of wrath. You, Archangel Uriel, conscious of the world, conscience of the world. Ariel. And Uriel's power is to understand innate patterns. Power to understand innate patterns. The deep inner desire to serve humanity. This is fairy dust. I'm going to put some fairy dust. What other messages from the fairies do you have for the divine feminines at this time, please? Anything else? Yeah, I feel like this is all going with that new moon in Sagittarius. We have 4-leaf clovers. You have found a 4-leaf clover. Unlucky times will soon be over. So you could be seeing 4-leaf clovers as well. That's a sign of serendipity to me. Keep going. The world at times is big and loud, but we'll make sure you're safe and sound. So you are protected. Just keep going. Put one foot in front of the other. And portals. Where do we play? In nature, that's where the garden gate will take you there. And there are portals. There are portals like Lion's Gate portal, 1111 portal, which we just had. There are portals all through this time. A lot of people believe that mirrors are portals to other dimensions, spirit worlds. And there's portals all around you. The garden gate, you just need to walk through it to start to continue on your path, to take the next step on your journey. Take that deep breath. Inner spiritual work is coming for you. You're going to be thriving through it all. It's a lot of unconditional love coming towards you, through you, for you. And move the way that love asks you to move. Do things through love, for love. Do things with love. Kindness is a form of love. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. Love yourself. Love every inch of your body. Love yourself for who you are, for what you've been through, what you've overcome, what you've done, what you're going to do, where you are now. Because you are a beautiful, divine feminine. This transformation is coming in for you at this time. Everybody goes through transformation. It's part of the journey. Embrace it. Relax in it, love it. You could be seeing a lot of pink at this time. You are very lucky. You're very lucky. You're protected. And don't be afraid to walk through the gate to the next part of your journey, this next step. So take what resonates. Sending you all love and light. Have a blessed time. Thank you for being here, Divine Feminines.